Welcome to another edition of Lakeville City Council Wrap-Up. During this program, we will highlight the agenda items presented to the Lakeville City Council at their November 16th, 2015 meeting. First highlighted item on the agenda is item number 7, public hearing on the application for an on-sale and Sunday liquor license at Green Mill Restaurant and Bar. And to provide the information on this agenda item is Chief of Police Jeff Long.
Good evening, and Mayor, members of the council. This will be brief. KRG LLC, doing business as Green Mill Restaurant and Bar on Kenwood Trail, has applied for an on-sale and Sunday liquor license. The police department has reviewed the application and background investigations were completed on the owners. Background and checks included a review of law enforcement contacts, warrants, and criminal histories. After completing the background process, the police department has no reservations as to the approval for an on-sale and Sunday liquor license.
Item number 7 was approved by the Lakeville City Council. Next highlighted item on the agenda is item number 8, public hearing to consider the 2016 street reconstruction project. And to give the background information on this agenda item is Operation and Maintenance Engineer Monica Heil.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. This is the public hearing for the 2016 street reconstruction project. Project location, as you recall, generally extends along the County Road 50 corridor from 175th Court to the north, down to the south at the entrance to the neighborhood north of Lake Marion, and also includes properties to the east of 50, both north and south of County Road 60. A little bit of background on the project. The project was initiated as a part of the city's pavement management program. Each year, the city's streets are rated based on their condition. The condition of the streets is used to develop the city's capital improvement plan, along with analysis of utility needs and maintenance issues. The City Council ordered the preparation of a feasibility report for the project back on August 18th of 2014. We have had 2 neighborhood meetings for the project, one during the summer of 2014 and also a second follow-up neighborhood meeting during the summer of 2015. Feasibility report was prepared for the project following the second neighborhood meeting, and that report was presented to the council at its October 19th meeting, in which they set this public hearing date. Within the project, we are proposing water main improvements and complete water main replacement within one area of the project that has an ongoing maintenance and water main break history. Within the South Fork commercial area and the South Fork townhome area, there has been a concentrated water main break history. Within the commercial area itself, there have been 7 breaks since 2003, 4 in the past 15 months, the most recent occurring back in September at the intersection of 176 and Juniper. The ongoing maintenance within the project area and the uncertainty of when these breaks may be occurring led staff to recommend the replacement of the water main in these 2 areas. In addition, the soils were tested in the area and found to be corrosive. The break history, as I mentioned, in the South Fork commercial area and led to the recommendation that the utilities be replaced. The utilities would be replaced within the street. That would include the water main, the hydrants, and each of the services leading to the properties in those areas. For the street improvements, the recommended course of action varies by surface needs and utility needs. Where we do have a need to replace the utilities, we would propose to couple complete street reconstruction with utility replacement. Within 175th Court, where we have needs for surface improvements but not utility replacement, we are proposing the reclamation of the pavement surface within that area of the project. This is identified as Area A within the project. We would also install cathodic protection, which is a means by which to extend the useful life of the water main in that area. Absent a break history, we are not recommending complete replacement at this time, but rather the means by which to extend the useful life of that pipe. Along with the replacement of the street surface, we would propose to replace all concrete driveway aprons and curb and gutter within 175th Court because of the condition. Area B of the project includes 175th Street and Juniper Path. This is the commercial area of South Fork, where we are recommending the complete replacement of water main due to the break and maintenance issue. Street reconstruction is proposed, which would include the complete replacement of concrete curb and gutter in the area, as well as the replacement of all concrete driveway aprons within the area. Storm sewer enhancements would also couple the street improvements to better facilitate drainage in the area. And when we talk about complete street reconstruction and the need to replace utilities in these areas, we do intend to maintain traffic and keep the streets open to traffic during construction. During the trench work and the water main replacement work, there would be a need to use construction flaggers to detour traffic and only allow one lane of traveling traffic through at the location of the water main. But the streets will remain open during construction. The contract would be written such that if there are 2 entrances to the site, at least 1 entrance would remain open through construction. And if there is only 1 entrance to the site, only half of that entrance would be reconstructed at a time, so as to ensure that businesses will always have access. In addition, we would propose signage along County Road 50 as a part of the project that would direct residents and any visitors to the community as to how they can access businesses during construction. Area C within the project includes the South Fork Townhome area. That would include Jubilee Circle and Jubilee Way. Similar to the South Fork commercial area, there is a need for water main replacement due to soil conditions and maintenance and break history. We would propose to replace all of the concrete curb and gutter in that area with the street reconstruction and also install storm sewer enhancements. Similar to the work within the commercial area, construction would need to be staged and planned such that entrances to various driveways within the townhome area can be maintained so that residents can continue to park and move in and out of that area through construction. Area D is also a part of the South Fork Townhome development. However, this street does not have an ongoing maintenance history with water main. And so at this time, staff is recommending the reconstruction of the street, but only the installation of cathodic protection to enhance the life of the existing water main pipe in that area. We would only propose spot curb and gutter replacement. That would mean the replacement of curb and gutter only where it's cracked, structurally deficient, or otherwise holding water and causing drainage issues. So while this is a part of the South Fork townhomes, the scope of work is different based on the utility and street needs in that area. Area E is defined as the urban street sections throughout the project area, and that is the street sections that have existing concrete curb and gutter. Within those areas, we are proposing the installation of cathodic protection to extend the useful life of the water main because the soils have been determined to be corrosive. However, we don't have the extensive break and maintenance history in the area. We are proposing pavement reclamation and spot curb and gutter replacement to address those concrete curb and gutter panels that are otherwise structurally deficient, holding water, or have heaved. And when we talk about the urban area of the project, or those streets that have curb and gutter, those are the streets identified in red on the map above. So it's those streets to the east of County Road 50 and also some south of County Road 60 going towards Lake Marion there. Area F was identified as those rural street sections, and those are the streets that don't have curb and gutter or concrete curb and gutter located along them currently. Again, we are proposing pavement reclamation to address the surface deficiencies, but as far as curb and gutter goes, we would replace existing bituminous curb and gutter where it currently exists and install some concrete gutter, but not everywhere, but in some locations where it would better facilitate drainage or better collect drainage to go into an underground system prior to outletting. When we talk about the rural street sections within the project area, it's those streets shown in yellow on the map, south of County Road 60 and west of County Road 50. When we talk about the rural street sections, one of the big components that will make up the improvements will be storm sewer enhancements. Water quality concerns have been brought up at both of the neighborhood meetings that we conducted for the project, specifically that water that was discharging directly into Lake Marion. As a part of the project, we are looking at strategically placing water quality manholes, which will serve as a means to mechanically separate some of the debris that is entering the storm sewer system prior to outletting into Lake Marion. And while we're not proposing any new outlets into the lake, we are proposing to install these water quality manholes uphill of the outfalls to address water quality concerns. And as a part of this portion of the project, we would also propose the installation of cathodic protection to preserve the integrity of the pipe and extend the useful life of the water main pipe in those parts of the area of the project. And Area G is the final location that we looked at as a part of the project. That is Cabot Cove Lane. For that particular street, we are recommending only mill and overlay improvements at this time. Mill and overlay improvements are typically proposed around year 20 of a street's life. That's milling off the existing surface to better seal up the cracks and extend the useful life of that roadway section. Along with that will be some minor curb and gutter installation and replacement, and also the installation of cathodic protection. Storm sewer improvements are proposed at the culverts that cross beneath Cabot Cove that connect a wetland to the Lake Marion area to better address water quality entering into the lake from that location. When we look at the overall project costs, the engineer's current estimate is $12.93 million. Of that, approximately $6.04 million would be funded by general city capital improvement plan dollars or general city tax dollars. City utility funds are proposed to make up $3.55 million of the budget. City utility funds will wholly fund all of the water main replacement proposed within the project, and also some minor sanitary sewer repairs that are proposed as a part of the project. Special assessments are estimated at $3.346 million, and that will fund the remainder of the project costs. When we look at the city's assessment policy, it is to assess 40% of the street and storm sewer costs to the benefiting property owners. The remaining 60% is paid for using general city tax dollars. Properties benefiting from the improvements are proposed to be assessed. And again, water main and sanitary sewer repairs and or replacements that are recommended as a part of the project are not assessed and will be funded using water operating and sanitary sewer operating funds. Single-family homes are assessed on a per-unit basis for those properties within the project area that are either single-family or townhome units. That is, any single-family property within a particular project area will have the same special assessment amount as another single-family property. Duplexes and townhomes are assessed 1/2 of a single-family unit in those areas. For commercial and industrial properties, the city assessment policy guides for a front foot calculation for those assessments, and so you'll note that for areas A and B of the project, the assessments have been calculated on a front foot basis. Corner lots are only assessed 1 unit for either the side or the front street. It's typically determined by driveway location, but if you are on a corner lot that is having both streets improved as a part of the project, you are only assessed 1 single-family unit. Again, within the commercial areas, we assess on a per front foot basis, and looking at 40% of the street and storm sewer costs, the estimated assessments for those properties along 175th Street within Area A of the project is $130.61. I should note that these are only estimates at this time. The final assessment amount will be determined in late March after bids are received for the project and the final construction costs are known. Within Area B of the project, which includes the South Fork commercial area, the estimated assessments are $144.36 per front foot. For multifamily homes located within the South Fork townhome development, there is only 1 owner there, and there are only 4 parcels within project area C. So for those 4 parcels that abut Jubilee Circle and Jubilee Way, the assessments are estimated at $132,519.47 per parcel. Within Jarrell Court, which is also a part of the South Fork townhome development, but seeing a different scope of improvements, there is 1 parcel, and that assessment is estimated at $67,980.10, and those represent 40% of the street and storm sewer improvement costs. Elsewhere within the project, within Area E, where we have urban street sections that will see some spot curb and gutter replacement and reclamation of the street, the estimated assessment is $4,033.95 per single family unit and $2,016.98 per townhome unit. Within Area F, where there are rural sections that will see the pavement surface reclaimed, storm sewer improvements performed, and then some curb and gutter installed to better facilitate drainage, the estimated assessment is $4,029.14 per single-family unit and $2,014.57 per townhome unit. And the final project area, Cabot Cove Circle, Area G of the project, which will receive mill and overlay improvements, the estimated assessment is $2,573.05 per single-family unit. The assessments will be considered at a separate hearing on April 18th of 2016. Tonight's hearing is the opportunity for residents to talk specifically about the project. Special assessments will be discussed at that meeting in April after the final assessment amounts have been calculated. It should be noted, however, that assessments can be paid without interest by November 15th of 2016 to avoid any interest charges. The assessment period is 20 years for these projects, and the estimated interest rate is 4.5%. The final interest rate will be determined at the time of bond sale next spring. There are senior citizen and disabled person deferral options that are available to residents. Deferment would end upon death, sale of the property, transfer of the property, loss of homestead status, determination by the council that there's no hardship or failure to renew an application on time. Just wanted to let residents know that there are opportunities such as this available if they qualify. More information will be provided on special assessment deferments next spring when we come upon the special assessment hearing. As we look at the project schedule, we presented the report to the City Council back on October 19th. We are here tonight to conduct the public hearing for the project. You have within your packets a summary of the comments that we received prior to the council packet deadline, which was last Thursday. I've since received 8 additional calls from residents and spoken to a couple of property owners in person. I would like to note that I did talk to 2 property owners within the South Fork commercial area this morning about the timing of the improvements to that area and the impacts that construction may have to the businesses there. In particular, the proximity of this project in relation to the 5060 project that took place earlier this year. And I also received one follow-up email from a tenant within there asking that that portion of the project be delayed. And so I'd like to relay that information to you. But otherwise, all other comments have been logged in your council packet there. Tonight, you'll consider the project following the public hearing. If the project moves forward, we would work on the preparation of plans and specifications over the winter months and open bids at the beginning of March. We would declare the costs and determine the final assessments at the March 21st meeting and also set in a special assessment hearing for April 18th of next year. Following that hearing, the council will consider the award of a construction contract, and weather dependent, construction may start in late April, but more than likely in May of next year and run through November of 2016. Assessments would be certified to the county in December of next year, and payments for the special assessments would be due with property taxes in 2017. With that, conduct a public hearing and consider a resolution regarding the improvements and the authorization of the preparation of plans and specs and advertisements for bids. But first, I'd be happy to stand for any questions that you may have.
Item number 8 was approved by the Lakeville City Council. Next highlighted item on the agenda is item number 9, public hearing on the assessment of city code violations. And to give the background information on this agenda item is City Planner Daryl Morey.
This one might be a little bit quicker and more simple than the previous item. This is our annual assessment for city code violations. For those of you who've been here for a while, which is most of you, you probably recall ex-finance director Feller making this presentation. I've taken that over upon his retirement.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And what we have this year is we have 5 property owners who are having the violations assessed to their taxes for the year 2016. That information has been put together by our engineering division staff, and that is included in the packet materials. And basically, it's related primarily to city code violations for lawn grass mowing, contract mowing of grass, weed removal, exterior storage, junk cars, and property maintenance. So we have not received any objections from any of the 5 property owners that are being assessed this evening, so staff is recommending adoption of the resolution for the assessment of city code violations for 2015. I can stand for questions.
Item number 9 was approved by the Lakeville City Council. Next highlighted item on the agenda was item number 10, Interstate First Edition. And once again, to provide the background information on this agenda item is City Planner Daryl Morey.
Thanks to Mr. Matasowski and Mr. Penrod for describing the background of the business, which is certainly the more interesting component of the presentation. I will give the more mundane planning and zoning and subdivision ordinance component of the presentation. The location shown on the map on the screen sits in the southeast corner of 215th Street, also known as County Road 70, and Highview Avenue. It's a vacant parcel right now. The proposal is for preliminary platting it into one lot. It's a little over 14 acres in size, and it's actually a replat of Outlot B from the Acorn Tappy addition. So a replat into a lot and block is needed in order to construct a building and develop the property. There's also before you this evening a conditional use permit to allow limited retail sales in the I-2 district. That's restricted to not more than 30% of the lot area and 50% of the gross floor area of the principal building. They don't even come close to that, so they're well within those limits. The proposal is for the construction of an approximately 82,000 square foot building. That's outlined here in the middle of the lot. For, as you heard a little bit about the business, semi-truck repair, auto parts sales as an accessory to that use, the office component, and then there is a cold storage building located here in the southeast corner of the property. The development proposes 2 access points off of Highview Avenue. These aren't highlighted as well as other components of the site plan, but here and here. And no access is proposed off of 215th Street or County Road 70. And then the remainder of the parcel, the majority of the remainder of the parcel will be for vehicle parking, truck parking mainly on the east side and south side of the building, with passenger vehicle west of the building and a road north of the building. And then landscaping for screening of the loading docks and truck parking areas, mainly to the north along County Road 70 and to the west along Highview Avenue. I will point out that the plan you're seeing here was included in your council packet. This is the revised plan that shows additional landscaping in the northwest portion of the site along County Road 70 and shows asphalt paving for the easterly truck parking area. This addresses 2 stipulations that were recommended by the Planning Commission, who held a public hearing on the preliminary plat and conditional use permit at their November 5th meeting. There was public comment from one person, the owner of Edney Distributing across County Road 70 to the north, regarding possible future realignment scenarios for Haywood Avenue and Highview Avenue at County Road 70. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the preliminary plat and the conditional use permit, and their minutes are attached in your packet material, as are the Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resource Committee minutes. They also unanimously recommended approval of the preliminary plat. In summary, staff is recommending adoption of a resolution approving the Interstate First Edition preliminary plat and approval of the conditional use permit for the accessory retail sales component and adoption of the findings of fact for the conditional use permit. And I can stand for questions.
Item number 10 was approved by the Lakeville City Council. Well, those were the highlighted items presented to the council at their November 16th, 2015 meeting. If you have any questions or comments regarding these agenda items, please feel free to call City Hall. The number is 952-985-4400. Thanks for watching this edition of Lakeville City Council Wrap-Up.